Was there ever a time you were judged because of your body image? Maybe you were judged because you were too skinny, too chubby, or even too muscular. But what's more important here? Is it to have the right muscular size according by others' standardized perceptions, or is it more important to simply be healthy? This human trait has been distorted in many social perspectives. Since the beginning of the Homo sapiens era, if you had a big and muscular body, it meant that you'd have more probabilities to reproduce, and it was also a sign of dominance and authority over others. It is vital to distinguish the difference from what's right to your body and what's right according by other judgments. This human trait, muscular size, does not imply to be a sign of healthiness. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that is misunderstood by many, especially by those who are constantly pressured by these judgments. I'm going to talk to you about some of the risks when trying to become physically better and how this human trait has been distorted in many social perspectives. As previously mentioned, 300,000 years ago in the Homo sapiens era, if you were big enough and had a lot of muscle built, you'll have more probabilities to reproduce because females were attracted to this type of body. And those females would decide to procreate and inherit those aspects to the youngsters. In short, if you were strong enough, you'd have more probabilities to reproduce and survive. After this period, these human traits have been distorted in many social perspectives and adaptations. Amelia Serafine, a faculty member of the History Department of San Antonio College in Texas, in which she specializes in the History Cultural Department, has shared some of the most interesting body shapes that have been put on a pedestal over the years, as to reasons as to why certain body shapes were idolized for being big, small, narrow, or wide. She says, and I quote, "There are many more examples of different body shapes that have been idolized from the 20th century than there are from ancient Rome, Renaissance, and early modern periods. The huge volume of different perfect body shapes are changing so rapidly that it is impossible to keep up." Now, current times has allowed us to improve our bodies. Thanks to gym equipments and supplements, everyone can turn and become physically better. However, there are some major risks when working hard. So if you're the gymaholic type of guy, you need to be extremely careful and you have the proper training for you to avoid injuries. According to a study published in 2000 in the web page family.org, says that lifting weights too heavy will cause you to spinal injuries as well as joint and muscle injuries, in some cases resulting in death thanks to heart problems. Now for the female athletes out there are so many injuries as well. Says that there are so many injuries that can be brought into the knee, and that's specifically, there are so many risks specifically to women into the knee. Factors that contribute to this increased risk will allow females to have more possibilities to be injured. Now, to have a good looking body image means it's not anymore a human trait. Nowadays, it's considered as a prerequisite in order for you to be socially approved. Just remember that time you compared yourself with the prettiest girl in the classroom, or that time you compared yourself with the most athletic guy in high school. Appearance-related social pressure plays an important role in the development of a negative body image and self-esteem, as well as mental disorders during adolescence. For example, depression and eating disorders. And this is where you ask yourself, why are you trying to become physically better? The problem with this is that such necessity on trying to become physically better leads into an obsession, and such obsession leads to a distress of the body image. According to the third section of an article called Body Dissatisfaction and Perceived Sociocultural Perspectives, says that anxiety is revealed when one faces social models as well as dominance in the body image itself. It's vital to remember that our body works accordingly to our biology and our necessities. To wrap up, muscular size in humans does not imply to be a sign of healthiness. This human trait was considered to be a sign of dominance and authority over others. There are many factors, as injuries, anxiety, and social pressure, that leads to a distress of the body image. Nowadays, teenagers suffer from this. All of this pressure isn't necessary for you to become physically better and have a bigger muscles. But you need to remember that your body is the only place you have to live in for the rest of your life. Basically, just take care of your body. Thank you for your attention.